Hello. All right. Well, that was funny. We're live again.
Is it actually working?
Yeah, it's working now. I don't know what the fuck happened.
That's a bummer. You had like a good amount of visitors.
I know, I got the raid too. I feel bad.
No.
Hello, is there a new stream? Where's my stream, dude? Where am I live to? Where the fuck am I live to right now? I'm here. I'm here. Yes! We are back. Brad, you cannot DDoS me. I am immune to DDoS. What happened? Dude, I literally thought like I didn't pay my internet or something, but like you were literally right, but no, it wasn't that. I don't know. We just had like a weird like outage for a minute. Very weird.
Does that sometimes.
Yeah, our internet does that very rarely. Let me just pop the new chat back in here. Sorry guys. Thanks for bearing with me. Gonna do this. Boom, new chat on screen. It was you? Damn. El Riz. This is all Brad, dude. This is all fucking Brad. Okay. Anyways, to get back to what we were talking about, let me just make sure I'm good. I have nothing crazy on screen. Close this. Yeah. Don't save, don't save, don't save, don't save, don't save. Okay. Oh, not that one. Sorry. This one. Oh, this one. All right. Yeah, late bill, something like that. All right. Anyways, yeah. So where were we? So this guy is basically being weird and obsessed with Eric July. I saw that somebody said that their sister like bought one of Eric July's things. And also, yeah, I don't think that tracing is like that big of a deal. Like I think that's such a weird criticism to like for them to hyper fixate on. Like, okay, yeah, make fun of him for like tracing, but like why does that mean that you have to be obsessed with him for years? You know what I mean?
No. So once I issue it, which means you cannot get on their property ever again. If you do, you'll be arrested.
One of the managers invited me back tomorrow to have a drink. Is that some kind of fucking entrapment?
I don't know.
Did they know they were criminal trespassing me? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to yell. I was like, he just invited me back tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't speak to anybody.
But don't take them up on that, or I can go to jail.
Okay, so we just gonna either you guys issue the trespass and get y'all out. Okay.
Yeah, our people are weird. What's a yellow thing in his hand? What yellow thing in his hand? This thing? The cape?
Do you have a license on you?
Oh, the thing that he's holding? It might be like the comic books. I don't know. Yeah, I don't get how. I think like even tracing, you can like use it in a good way. It's not like this guy is literally tracing every single thing in his comics. Like that, they act like he has like no talent whatsoever. But like he does draw his own original characters and stuff. And like it doesn't matter because people like the end product. So I mean, it might not be your cup of tea. If you want something that's more handmade, maybe you want something that's got like watercolor backgrounds or something that took a lot longer to make. That's not his style. That's not what he's trying to do, and that's totally fine.
I was like, he just invited me back tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't speak to anybody.
But don't take them up on that, or I can go to jail.
Okay, so we just gonna either you guys.
This guy's giving me like super hardcore like main character syndrome. You got called out for tracing? Wait, for what?
Do you have a license on you?
Well, it's obviously not preferable, right? It's not preferable to, you know, a hand illustrated background. But like I just don't think that it's as big of a deal as these guys make it out to be.
No. Oh my god.
Yeah, the best way to tell if how slow chat is moving is check on the stream since it's on the overlay, and when you see your message come up, like type something and wait till your message comes up, and that's how much delay you got.
I'll give you my name.
Yeah, you don't remember off the top of your head?
My phone number? Oh, no, I don't know how I started. I don't live Riley Mix. R-I-L-E-Y.
All right, docs. I think this guy's name is public, so whatever.
Well, can we just leave then? Because she can't give you her name right now. She's live for her own protection, and she's not going to say her name live. I don't think that we have any cause for being ID'd at all.
Well, I
We
have
can
to
just
issue the
leave.
arrest for criminal trespass. No, you can't just leave. If you do, you'll be arrested for criminal trespass.
Okay.
Let's not do that.
No, I get it.
It was something Creepshow Art called her out for during the OnlyFans drama. Really? Wait, for trace? Wait, but like, how did she trace? Or am I like
Wait,
misunderstanding?
Can you use the stream?
Who got called out for tracing?
Well, Anissa apparently, but I don't know in what way. Did Anissa call out someone else?
No, I feel like I remember. Maybe I'm misremembering this, but I feel like Anissa was like, "Oh, I'm so talented. Like, look at me draw this," and then it turns out she traced it. But I could be getting it mixed up with someone else.
Okay. That makes sense. Like she tried her hand at drawing, but it was actually traced.
Yeah.
Why is he wearing a cape? Well, I feel like this guy has a bit of a main character syndrome, right? That's the impression that he's giving me. I mean, he's like trying to be a funny guy that's causing a scene and wearing a goofy outfit and being quirky, you know?
Get up your name. It's currently muted. M-A-R-I-E.
All right, let's not give out her name.
Yeah, you can now unmute. It's unmuted now. I'd appreciate it if you didn't repeat the information, but... No, I respect you guys and the authority you have here.
Hey,
I respect you guys.
who you waiting on?
Hey,
I respect you guys and the authority you have here. I feel like this guy would never say that on Dick Masterson's show. Am I crazy? Isn't like Dick Masterson's show like super libertarian, like anti-cop, like type of shit? Like, why is he sucking up to the cops?
You're looking for
I don't know. Maybe this guy's different. To be fair, I don't know this guy at all. Okay, so maybe he is maybe he does respect the authority of cops.
dude, I'm looking for an Uber.
for an Uber. Okay, did you just leave there?
Who's this fucking guy?
Okay,
Like,
get you an Uber. I want you to stay here and do not walk any further. Okay?
do not walk.
Yeah, you're detained right now because you are.
I am.
Yeah,
dead.
you're not in trouble though. Just find your Uber. I want to see you leave. Okay?
Dude, I'm looking for.
2622, check on by.
What is going on with this guy?
Find it real quick.
I get why. Oh my god, I get why fucking Noel put this thing on, because then Dick Masterson won't show it on stream. That's really funny, because normally I feel like Dick Masterson would watch the body cam footage and laugh about it, right? That's something that he kind of likes to do on his stream. But now with the Kiwi Farms thread on the screen, maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. I don't know. To be fair though, like I think it's sort of a two-way street. I think Dick and Josh both dislike each other a little bit too much, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I don't know maybe I don't know the whole backstory, but I feel like they both just need to fucking chill.
It's here.
What is he writing on this? What is this?
And I scheduled you for out. It's supposed to.
Wait. Is this him? No, because the other guy said that this guy said that his name was Riley. Hold up.
Good.
Yeah, it was the first guy. So who is this fucking guy? Oh, okay. So we're back on Riley. Being a cop sucks. Yeah, it really does. I will say, like, I think everyone I think that a lot of people who are like super hardcore anti-cop, not that you shouldn't be questioning authority or like questioning like law enforcement stuff, but I think that a lot of super hardcore anti-cop people need to have a little bit more empathy and understanding for like situations that cops are put in. For example, when someone is reaching for a gun, or you think that they're reaching for a gun, I've watched a lot of body cam footage where the cop gives them a little bit too much leeway and gets fucking shot. People will literally just like they will even look like they're complying. Some people will put their hands up and then just fucking like rip out the gun in 1 second. So cops, this is why cops like have to deal with things in the way that they do a lot of the time. I think the idea that cops are just like always power tripping in every situation and they're always doing like these immoral things is it's a very oversimplified way of looking at it. Like that absolutely does happen sometimes, and it shouldn't. But at the same time, people who think that cops are just like that 24/7, they don't understand what they go through. Hey, welcome back. We're just watching this epic body cam footage. To be honest, this isn't very interesting. Like, nothing's happening
Called on me
here.
probably 100 times, so I've got my thing in pat. I'm like, oh,
100 times.
probably, yeah, I don't
That's a
know.
lot.
For your live streaming?
Yeah, and not even bothering anybody. Just like I live in Twin Falls, I'll be like just live at the park or something. And it's like, oh, you're filming my kids, and they call the cops. It's like, I didn't even know you were here, lady. Had nothing to do with you. I'm just like doing something at a park. So it's like that, you know. People are still afraid of cameras. I'm sure you guys have issues with that, like people filming you like in the reverse, like the.
We don't know who this is.
Why is that blurred?
So did you spell the name right? Did you spell my name right? Oh, I don't know.
Did Noel redact the girl's
I
name?
don't know if that's a problem you guys are having in the system either. I don't know if you have to look up Freeman before she was adopted. I'm sure they changed that legally here. No, we're real boring people.
Yeah, we're just boring. I just forget easily.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but anyways, this was like a big deal on Kiwi Farms, I guess, that they got the arrest footage. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so the main story of the night: Brad tastes in music, music reviewer. Let's check out his content. Let's see what he's like. Brad tastes in music. What's his most popular video? Awkward profanity in music.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good one. But you might get fucked because he plays like
What's up,
music.
guys?
Oh, that's true.
But
Okay.
you can just play for like a couple seconds.
All right. Oh God, this is a really bad picture of him. Hey guys, hey guys, it's me, Brad Tasting Music, back at it again with another video. Man, that's a bad. Why did you upload this picture of yourself, dude? Okay. Jesus. Yeah, he does music review content. That's all that I'm gonna be able to give you guys, because unfortunately he does use copyrighted music. But maybe I should just not care. Yeah, these are a lot of like what's the word for it? AAA big record labels that will go after you really aggressively if you play their music, like Weezer, Lil Nas X, Maroon 5, Bruno Mars. Yeah, these are all like mainstream, like AAA music publishers. Yeah, this guy has some good content. Okay, I will be the first to admit this guy has some decent content.
I like his personality a lot.
Yeah.
He has a really chill vibe.
Yeah, he seems laid back and cool. Okay, but apparently he's just a complete cuck. He's just a complete suck off cuckold. So yeah, let's check out what he was up to recently. Okay, so recently, Brad went to an H3 thing, I guess, and they like invited him backstage or something. And he took some pictures with Hila and Ethan and the H3 crew. And then he received a bunch of backlash on Twitter from literal 12-year-olds about how Ethan is a Zionist. So if you're not familiar with Ethan's stance on Palestine or Israel or whatever, first of all, doesn't really matter. Second of all, he is pro-Palestine. He's talked about it, and on his stream with Hassan before they're falling out, he had a huge he had a huge like era of like being very understanding, listening to what Hassan was saying from a far more radical pro-Palestine side or whatever. So Ethan was very receptive to that, and he even moved some of his pro-Palestine views even further in the direction of being pro-Palestine. But it wasn't good enough for Hassan because Ethan was slightly sympathetic to Israel because he lived in Israel. And he thought that some of the things that people were saying on Twitter that were anti-Israel were very unhinged. And he felt obligated to call that out. People like celebrating the terrorist attacks and stuff like that, right? That's pretty reasonable to me. But to Twitter freaks, that is Zionism. Offering a slight criticism of radical, like pro-Palestine stuff is Zionism to those people. So therefore, that those very insane people who think in black and white, they see their favorite YouTuber Brad Taste in Music hanging out with the Zionist H3, and they can't handle it. And they go on Twitter and they call him all sorts of things. Oh my God, I can't believe you hung out with the Zionist. Brad, I thought you were pro-Palestine as much as I was. But now it looks like you're platforming like Zionist shills. These Zionists like pig dogs. Ethan dared to disagree with Hassan. Yeah, he dared to disagree with Hassan. Ethan came into these conversations, by the way, in absolute good faith, like the best faith, going in fully trying to learn and understand the other viewpoint, and even shifted his own viewpoints, like coming in, having these heart-to-hearts. And what was Hassan's approach to these conversations? Completely closed off, refusing to give him an inch on any point, extremely bad faith, misdirecting the conversation to different talking points. It wasn't like two humans talking. It was like Ethan was desperately trying to get his friend on the same level as him to have like a heart-to-heart about a political issue, and the friend just kept pushing further and further. Like it was insane. It was one of the most like heartless things I've ever seen. I honestly was like a little bit surprised that Hassan went as hard as he did on Ethan with that issue, because it actually like broke Ethan. Ethan was really fucked up over it. And yeah, Ethan just gets branded as like this crazy like Zionist guy, which is nowhere near what his actual like opinion is. Yeah. So anyways, people give Brad Taste all this backlash, right? And Brad feels the need to apologize for taking a picture. Oh yeah, Hassan cried. He went, that's literally the sound he made, dude. This image made a statement that I did not intend to make, and I'd like to apologize for people who were hurt or upset by this. I also apologize for my quick response, as it was dismissive towards people who care about me and others deeply. I appreciate you looking out for me. I don't know what his first response is. My quick response. So I assume like he got some people crying in his replies about like, you know that Ethan's like a crazy like Zionist genocidal maniac pig dog, right? And he probably saw that, and like every other person in the world laughed at his phone and went, you need to go outside, you fucking loser. And then he turned off his phone, and then he thought about it for a second. He was like, wait a minute. Wait, this could look really bad for me. This could look really bad for me if I don't condemn Ethan the Zionist. This is horrible. Oh my gosh. I'm platforming a genocidal Zionist. So cringe. Yeah, literally never apologize, honestly. Most of the time, people should not apologize. Most of the time. Yeah, he's completely spineless. More fucking spineless than fucking Boogie. Then he says this one. What's happening right now in Palestine is awful beyond comprehension, and I finally understand why it's been so hard for me to speak about it. I said that I stayed quiet because I didn't know enough, but truthfully, I felt like I couldn't listen.
Girl, oh my God.
The fucking language that this guy is using is so annoying and infuriating. He's like literally talking like a 13-year-old that spends all their time on Twitter. Members of my family have died at the hands of Hamas, and it has honestly made this one of the hardest situations I've ever been presented. I understand why people are upset, and I want to make it very clear that I stand with the people of Palestine. What are these things? What? Your family has died at the hands of Hamas, and
So he's got like family in Israel or something?
I guess. So I got family in Israel, and even I am pro-Palestine. That's a good. That's a really good.
That's a classic.
Classic. You know, I'm actually the exception. You know, I had this severe thing happen to me, and I actually still don't support it. I haven't talked to many of my family members in months because they believe that Israel's horrific actions are justified. Uh-oh. A fucking global conflict. You are so politically cucked that a global conflict separates you from your family. You're willing to cut off your family members because of politics on the internet. You are a fucking scumbag. This guy's a piece of shit. I actually cannot fucking stand people like this, dude. Imagine cutting off your family members because of politics, because you believe that you are like morally better than them for having certain political views. I'm going to do my best to keep educating myself and to listen to Palestinian voices. And I hope you guys are able to be patient with me as I genuinely try to learn. I also want to thank the people in my community whose collective outcry helped break me out of my harmful mindset.
Jesus Christ.
Shut the fuck up. I cannot believe that this guy is so fucking cucked. I thought he was cool at one point. I thought he was cool. This guy's a complete fucking loser. I'm aware that being around Ethan and Ela at the moment is very questionable. Oh, this was like one of the first things he tweeted. These are kind of out of order. Okay. I wanted to meet them despite people's valid criticisms of them. I am aware that this is a bad look, and posting a photo of them upset many people. Not the best decision on my part. Dude, you took a picture with famous people. What are you apologizing for? You took a picture. He even says later on, I look up to these people. I think they were cool. They inspired a lot of my content. So why are you apologizing? You were excited to meet them and you met them. First of all, if you want to completely disavow their political views, sure, go ahead. Go ahead. You can be as radical pro-Palestine as you want. Doesn't mean that you have to like never interact with them in any capacity. I hate this mentality. I hate when people say, "Oh, you can't talk to Ethan because he disagrees with me on like this one political issue." Says who? If you respect him as like a creative person, who fucking cares what his views are? But second of all, Ethan is not some crazy like Zionist hardcore out of control person. Like he's actually very pro-Palestine by the general public standard. So it just makes this even more absurd. Sorry for starting drama. Actually logging off now. This was the most recent one. Then Nick Diorio says, "You're a pathetic loser. Reposting because you deleted the previous tweet I put this on." Fucking based. What, were you going to say something earlier? I cut you off.
Oh, well, I was going to say that this apology, honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. At least he didn't directly say, "Ethan, I had no idea, like, Ethan and Ela are such horrible people," you know what I mean? Like,
I think this apology is disgusting.
It's still bad for sure, but he at least made it more about the politics and less about Ethan and Ela as people. You know what I mean?
The politics it's just all stupid. Like, I just have no fucking respect for someone like this.
Mm-hmm. And
same.
He's always been this fucking crazy. You know, we can.
That's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, he's always been this crazy, apparently.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like, because he comes off as pretty normal and reasonable. So this is one of his, crazy, insane fans that, told him that he was a horrible person for taking a picture. Wait, they were problematic, and why? And why? Then why would you ever want to meet them? If you knew Ethan and Ela were Zionists, Ela herself was in the IDF.
She had no choice. She literally had no choice.
Why even risk your reputation for that meeting? Yeah, the IDF is mandatory service in Israel.
That's actually insane.
You have to, if you live in Israel, you have to leave or else you're a Zionist.
Dude, that's like if That's like saying that like people in South Korea are pro Korea because they joined the military.
North Koreans are pro Kim
Yeah,
Jong-un
yeah,
because
because
they're
they
in the
live
military.
in North Korea.
All right, but listen to this. This is like kind of the worst one in my opinion. So he kneels and bows and says, I'm sorry, you're right. And he says, I wanted to meet them because they were famous and I had the opportunity to watch a creator who was a pivotal part of my childhood and early YouTube adventures. I had no care for the moral implications at the time. I just wanted to feel cool. Guys, I made a big lapse in my judgment. I just wanted to feel cool, and that's why I became a racist. That's why I joined the Ku Klux Klan by taking a picture with fucking Ethan Klein.
I went down the alt-right pipeline.
I went down the alt-right pipeline at the H3 show yesterday, and I almost converted to a full-blown Nazi by taking a picture with Ethan Klein. Like, holy shit. So H3 sees this, and he posts this on his Instagram. This is Brad. Someone on the crew was kind enough to get him VIP tickets, so he was able to come backstage and hang out with us. I had the chance to speak with him for a little bit and thought he was a nice guy. Here he is apologizing for taking a photograph with me. So this guy's completely fucking two-faced. Mm-hmm. He goes and he sees these people that he loves and respects and looks up to. And then as soon as some retard on Twitter gives him fucking backlash, loses their shit over literally nothing, he kneels and he throws these people under the bus and calls them bad people, essentially.
God damn.
So yeah, then H3 posts this too. Whatever criticism I have voiced for Israel, whatever financial contributions I've made to the people of Gaza, nothing will ever be enough because I, like 90% of all Jews, am a Zionist. I've been on the receiving end of rabid anti-Semitism ever since October 7th, but this one made me especially sad. So what he's saying is like, because he believes that Israel has the right to exist, that makes him a Zionist. Which is how these people like label Zionists, right? Yeah. And he says right here, because I'm a Zionist, what does this even mean? To those that use the word as an insult, it simply means anyone that believes Israel has the right to continue to exist. According to recent polling, this would include 90% of the world's Jewish population. That means that Brad here would need to apologize for taking a photograph with 9 out of 10 Jews. This is a little bit sneaky, the way that this part is like worded, I feel like, because it implies like that you're maybe anti-Semitic if you're like anti-Zionist a little bit, which isn't really true necessarily. But
well, also it's like there's a difference between like a normal person who's not talking about something and someone who has a public platform and is talking about politics.
Sure.
And so, I'm completely on Ethan's side, obviously, but it's like,
yes, I'm trying to be fully fair. I think this is a little this part is a little bit.
That's a little sketchy and all, but it's like, yeah, there's obviously a difference between you and like just some random ass schmo off the street.
Yeah.
A Joe schmo. If you will.
But yeah. Anyways, the point is that because the online perception of this guy is that he's a Zionist, despite all of the shit that he's done for Palestine, including financially contributed to helping people there, and talking openly, being very vulnerable on his stream and having these conversations about this topic. It's not good enough for people. They need him to be like full blown like Hamas apologist. And because he thinks that Israel has the right to exist and he has empathy for like people in Israel, that he's a bad person and he's a fucking Zionist. But Brad has no spine. Like someone from the crew gives him VIP tickets so he can meet some of his favorite creators, go backstage and hang out with them, introduce each other. And he goes, he has a great time. He talks to them. They have a really good impression of him. They have a good back and forth conversation. And then the second this guy gets the tiniest bit of backlash from literal insane people online that don't matter at all, their opinions don't fucking matter, they're insane, he folds and he goes crying and kneeling to his, I'm so sorry that I made a statement by taking a picture. I'm so sorry, guys. What a fucking loser. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
Wait, can I see? Wait, can you go back to that? Can you scroll down?
Yeah.
I want to see because Kaiser replied to this person too. Wait, oh no.
This was the same.
Just kidding. Yeah,
that was a
my bad,
screenshot
my
of the
bad.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much that. I mean, it's just fucking pathetic, and I have no respect for this guy.
Oh, do you want to tell me my story of why I stopped watching him?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
We were talking about this on the Discord. Oh, by the way,
Oh,
like
is
the
my
stream.
mic a good volume for you guys? By the way.
I think it's good.
Okay.
By the way, like the stream, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me, guys.
Upvote below. Upvote
Upvotes
down
to the left.
down there. Upvotes to the left, baby.
Thanks for the gold.
Kind
Anyway,
stranger. All right, go ahead.
I was watching him for a little while, and the reason that I stopped originally was because he said a couple questionable things that I was just like, whoa, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah.
A couple times there. But then he talked about I think Melanie Martinez had just released a new album, and he talked about where you go.
Well, I'm listening. I'm just going in here first.
Okay. He talked about how he doesn't support Melanie Martinez and how he thinks she's a bad person and she's a rapist and stuff like that. And people were like, why do you think that? And he was like, well, I just believe all victims, no matter the circumstances and stuff like that. And if you guys don't know about the Melanie Martinez story, Melanie Martinez, you probably recognize her. She did she does a lot of songs that are like, they have like a little girl theme, so it's like it's like a nursery rhyme almost or something, and she has the split dye hair down the middle like this, and she makes songs about like I don't know, it's like it sounds like a nursery rhyme, but it's like got dark subject matter. It's kind of cringe. But anyway, she was accused of rape by one of her former friends, a woman named...
Wait, a woman was accused of raping a woman?
Yeah. She says that I don't know if we can talk about the details or not, but she says that...
Go ahead, it doesn't matter.
She says that the woman, Timothy is her name, which is a funny name.
For a woman? Wait,
Yes.
The woman's name is Timothy?
Yes. Timothy said that she ate her out without her consent and then used like a vibrator and stuff on her without her consent.
Me? That he fucked me with a toothbrush.
Yeah, friend of the show. What's her name?
Tana Mojo.
Tana Majau.
Anyway, so yeah, and Melanie Martinez's career was... Pity Party and Dollhouse are really good. I do like I like both of those. I also like that other one that got famous on TikTok a little while ago. I forget what it's called, but it was from the same album. I used to listen to her actually, but anyway, this almost ruined Melanie Martinez's career. It was extremely serious. And to this day, if you try to look up information about the situation, you only see articles talking negatively about her.
Yeah.
This was a big deal. And later on, the girl who accused her admitted that she lied, and she apologized to her fans and to Melanie for lying, and said that you'll never guess why she said she lied about it.
Why?
Because she has BPD.
Base.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Amazing.
I remember when this was going around. It was a thing for like a few weeks, and then I didn't hear anything after that. Yeah, so the woman herself admitted that she didn't do it. And beyond that, her evidence was extremely faulty. She gave a time period for when Melanie supposedly raped her, and then showed a picture from that time period. But Melanie's hair was different during that actual time period.
Interesting.
Than it was when she said it, basically.
Wow. That's crazy.
There's other things that just are wrong. And Melanie herself gave a really good response. She said, you know, I don't want to downplay any victims, but like yes, we did do stuff together, but she never told me that she was uncomfortable or anything of the sort. And a lot of people have this theory that it's because Timothy was like releasing a single, and the single like didn't do well, and she was like upset that Melanie was doing like way better than her because they were friends and stuff like that.
That's really funny.
So I stopped watching at that point because Brad was like, yeah, well, she was basically like forced to come out with an apology.
Oh my God.
She was forced to do it because like Melanie's fans are so vicious.
That he fucked me with a toothbrush.
That's a good meme.
That is a good
classic meme.
Have you seen that story time? It's actually a really good.
No.
Tana's old content is amazing. It's some of my favorite like story time content.
Wasn't she like 17 at the time?
Yeah, she was like I think she started
That's
when
weird.
she was like 15.
That is weird.
She was probably 18 in this one.
Jeez.
This is like a slightly older.
No, this because when iDubbbz did the content cop, he used this clip and she was 17.
How do you know?
Because he talked about it after. Bye, Bagel. Thanks for coming by. Have a good night.
Bye, Bagel.
He talked about this. He used this clip on stream, and he talked about how he harassed a 17-year-old girl. So she was 17 at the time.
Wait, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very mature for her. Okay, that sounds creepy. But when I was like around her age when I started watching her, and I thought she was like 22. Because she's talking about going to clubs and like getting a nose job and stuff like that. And really she was like only a year older than me or something like that.
Dang.
Kind of crazy.
Don't put the shackles back on, Brad. Keep going. I'm aware that being around Ethan and Ela at the moment is very questionable. So Turkey Tom posts this. And then Brad says, "We literally laugh about you behind your back. You have no real friends." That's funny.
God.
That's kind of funny, okay? And these people agree. Don't put the shackles back on, Brad. Keep going.
But
then
Brad,
he deletes it. He backs out. He cucks out again.
But also, Brad, I highly doubt you're friends with Turkey Tom. Like, why are you acting like you're in his friend group or something?
I don't really get the joke, honestly. I think he's just saying that him and H3 laugh about fucking.
Not H3.
We literally laugh at you behind your back.
He's talking about him and his friends.
I don't know. This is funny though. Like I want him to freak out.
I know.
I want him to at least like double down on his like positions and really like I don't know.
But yeah,
it just seems like he's completely fucking cucked. What?
Yeah, but isn't that funny that Melanie Martinez was another victim of a BPD woman?
Yeah, that is really funny. Dude, these BPD women must be stopped. Like they actually they have to be stopped. This is not okay that victims like Illumina keep getting victimized by these insane freak women.
Remind me when we get to Erica's corner, I want to talk about a BPD woman.
Thank God we get to talk. I love talking about BPD women and shitting on them.
Well, you know, being a BPD doesn't make you a bad person.
No, it doesn't. But a lot of them make false allegations because it's just a characteristic of BPD is inflating stories and causing drama in like the most extreme ways that they can conceptualize. That's when I was doing research on BPD because I didn't want to construe it when I was talking about Stella. And yeah, no, it's 100% a common thing for people with BPD to accuse other people of the worst things imaginable. Yeah. Rape, murder, racism, all that stuff. Like
it's kind of sad because then after they say that shit, a lot of them end up feeling bad about it like 2 weeks later and stuff like that. It's just like but the thing is like BPD is one of the most treatable conditions with I believe it's not cognitive behavioral therapy, it's a different one.
Yeah.
It's extremely treatable. So you do not have to live like that.
Yeah.
I have some BPD friends and they're awesome. They're really nice.
Right. Let's search for all the times he's talked about Palestine. Let's see.
Whoa, this is interesting.
Oh, searching videos. Let's see how principled this guy really is about Palestine.
Didn't he say he didn't talk about it on a lot because he was like scared or whatever?
I don't fucking know. The link you provided contains 250 videos. Comments on the Israel-Palestine. This is an interesting website, by the way, YTKS. You can search like keywords. You can search, so it searches the transcript of an entire channel's videos. So you can find anytime
Wow.
they mention a word. This has been really useful for me making videos. Like I can go on like I can go on Hassan's official channel and I can search for him talking about like Ukraine or Destiny or something. And it'll show every single time he says those words.
But yeah, this shit is just like the top of the iceberg. I really think there is a lot to talk about with Brad that nobody has really discussed yet.
Yeah. This guy's fucking cringe and I hate him.
It's really sad. He has like he's like a perfect like YouTube personality.
Yeah. He has a good personality. That's why it's so shocking to me that he's such a fucking loser.
Mhm.
Complete soy loser. God, dude. That's insane. All right. Anyways, we're moving on to Erica's corner. You ready?
I'm ready. I sent
You
it
ready
on
for
Discord.
this? You fucking ready for this?
Guys, we have something awesome to talk about today.
All right. I need to go to the bathroom too.
Okay, well, I'll find something short to talk about while you're gone. Ooh, I have an idea. The corner! I'm crazy, I'm the Joker! We're doing Erica's corner! Wow, that was really bad. Okay. Let's see here. I want to see if I can find this tweet by itself first. So, apparently Pearl's sister hates her. Which doesn't surprise me at all. Oh, I was really hoping I could find it. Can you search in like someone's Twitter profile?
Yeah, but yeah, here.
What? Can you just okay.
You can't do it the way that you're doing it. Here. So you go from, oops. And then what do you want to search?
Sister. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
This one?
Yeah, here. I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right, yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't hate Pearl, honestly? I think Pearl is one of the most easily hateable people.
Your chair is so loose.
I know, it's...
How do you do this to yourself?
Well, it's not even like... I could even do it looser than that. Anyway, look at this, guys.
Careful with scrolling down too much, because sometimes people put...
Okay, but I actually think this is funny, but she posted a picture of her at the gym, and she said, "Where you should be," to her sister, because her sister is, like, fat, I guess.
Based.
And then she said, "Literally shoot yourself."
That's awesome.
My sister is fat. My sister is fat, so I texted her motivation. Am I mean? Honestly, like, my sister's fat.
You do such a good impression of her.
Why did she sound like that? Okay, I'm not gonna scroll down.
Pearl was supposed to be a lesbian. Pearl was 100%.
Oh my god!
I think she might be. I think she might be attracted to women.
I do too. I really believe that. She's like a fallen angel. Like, she.
What do you mean a fallen angel? She's.
Because she could have been cool, but it's like a Greek tragedy. You know what I mean? Yeah. She could have just been a nice sports lesbian.
Sports lesbian.
And instead we get this. Cool, because she does like a lot of sports. All right. Oh, here's the I don't. Yeah, here's the BPD woman I wanted to talk about. This is like. Okay. Maybe I'll mute it. When you chase alt girls with colored hair and you finally get one. She fucking shot a hole in his window.
What?
Yeah.
For what?
It's like his ex or something. Like she got mad at him or look at this bullet. Apparently this bullet is like fucking crazy. What is it?
Is it like a rip ammo?
No, it's
A hollow point?
hollow point. Yeah, it's a hollow point.
Jesus, the hollow point she wasn't playing.
So yeah, don't date BPD women, guys.
Yeah.
That could be you. The hollow point screams dadless behavior.
I need to take advantage of like pinning chats more.
Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? We already talked about Tana responding about the Cody Co stuff, right? Or did we?
I don't remember if we did.
Do you guys remember if we talked about it?
I don't know.
Let's pull it up just in case we didn't. But they're so unique and so cool. I've never met any girl like that.
Yeah.
Snow, man, trust me. There are other women out there in the world.
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it.
It's like a Venus flytrap, dude. You get lured in by the kawaii aesthetic, the fucking colored hair. You're like, oh, so different, so cute. She's my wife. Whoa, she likes 4chan. Whoa, she's based like me. She says like slurs. Whoa, she says the N-word. Girls that
Also,
say the N-word.
You guys, the makeup that e-girls do makes every single one of them look the same. Which girl is which? Are these the same? Is this the same girl?
I hate the e-girl look. I'm sorry, guys. I am not attracted to the e-girl look at all.
I know,
I find
I know
it
you
like
can.
fucking revolting. I think it's gross as hell.
The makeup makes them look exactly the same. They're all... Guys, who's who? Can we tell? The only time I can tell is like... No, like they all look the same.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's crazy.
No snow. Tapestries, 4chan, lots of weed with black lights everywhere. Yeah, yeah. It's like that Wojak where he's fucking the like really fat girl with the tapestry in the room. That's a good Wojak.
All right. Well, maybe we should talk about the Tana stuff because this is like a
I
pretty
don't
big.
think we have talked about it at all.
We talked about her saying that she
okay.
fucked him when she was 17.
Okay.
But here's what she had to say after it blew up.
The universe, but I'm learning a lesson once again that I've learned so many times about I can't just be saying shit. And I don't want to blame myself here for this situation, but it's like I'm now in this position to have to address it because there I went again saying shit, you know, and it's just a classic case of I say something fleeting in the ways that I say something, and then it is taken very seriously because I'm usually trauma dumping and breadcrumbing with a giggle.
Yeah, and it usually is pretty serious, and we're just so flippant about it, and we'll just like talk some shit.
And that's always how I've just dealt with shit or made light of shit. Like I'm just the type of person who does say things in a very like flippant manner, and then it's like, oh fuck, no, nobody else is laughing.
Yeah,
like even just in real life, I'll say some crazy shit, and I'm like, ha, and they're like,
yeah,
are you good? You know, and it's just like it's how I am. But we were on tour. We were saying a bunch of shit on stage in a bunch of different games, and we thought we could trust the people as we had the whole tour.
Wait, what's the
Does she have a crypto
god?
thing?
Wait, what? Is that real?
Tana, please start a shitcoin on the Pump.Fun service. Please get $5,000 for fucking starting a coin. By the way, Joe, I still fucking agree with you. I've seen so many people's coverage of that. I still think that you are right. I still think that Boogie is not a scammer. I don't think that he I don't think he could have done it in a better way. Like he literally said, "Okay, this shit sucks, and you're gonna lose money." I do not know how everyone's like fucking panties are in a twist over this. It's insane.
Does anyone agree with you guys, or are you guys the only one?
Not really. I saw a couple people saying like the other argument that I see is like people who fall for this are stupid and they deserve to get scammed, which is also true.
Yeah.
Like why would you ever buy a coin? First of all, anyways, I don't know. It's just like a crazy hypocrisy
What is
that people are King of Nothing like was wrong to call H3 a scam because they got exactly what they asked for. So Nicholas Diorio's argument about that was that well, an NFT is a product and a crypto is like a money-making scheme. I don't agree with that. I think that crypto is a product too. You're buying crypto and you get crypto. You get exactly what you're giving real money to get a digital asset. It's no different than an NFT to me. I think those are like fundamentally like the same. Now is the service itself like sketchier? Yeah. But I don't think that Boogie is a scammer for doing that.
Oh, so
Honestly.
she just advertised it, I guess. She didn't create it. That's very interesting.
Diesel liked your tweet? W.
Oh, I probably shouldn't look this up, huh?
What?
The coin is called Tits.
Oh yeah, don't look that up on my main screen. Let me Google tits.
Well, it would be like dollar sign
Googling
tits.
tits on the Jar Juice computer. Let's see what happens.
Google, show me tits.
Google, show me the sketch balls.
All right, let's keep watching this. I don't know. Did Tana do something wrong promoting that? I'm not sure. It was for breast cancer, so maybe that's fine. Maybe that's okay. I don't know.
Because it really was like at every other show we were saying the craziest shit about people, and it wasn't being brought to light. And however, I understand that this isn't just some crazy tea. It was a crime.
Yeah.
And I've tried to talk about this a million times, and I feel like I never have the right words.
Munahar couldn't talk about it without making it about Jason Derulo. See, I don't know anything about the situation at all.
But
so
it's
I don't even
everywhere
know
all over the
reference.
internet, and I know people want me to talk about it, and I'm going to do my best right now, you know? I mean, I hooked up with Cody when I was 17 and he was 25. Yeah, it happened. And I think that
You almost just got banned. I actually don't think it would have come up if I searched $. Let's see, $. Tits. Let's see. I'm so curious. Oh,
Yeah, X videos comes up.
X video.
And click images. Click
No,
images.
why would I do that?
Safe search, blur off, filter.
Wow, the shitcoin doesn't come up at all. That's kind of crazy. Well, do you know more about that situation, Joe Schmo? I have no idea anything about it, but let's keep watching
The
this
titty
video.
coin? All right, yeah.
first of all, it's really, I'm trying to think about it from a perspective of like a younger sister or someone that I really care about. Even the other day, like I was texting just about her life and everything that's going on in her
was
life.
that?
I thought to myself, like, how protective I was over
Someone
her,
who's
especially before
under
she was
18,
And if
so
something
I'm thinking like a TikToker or something. Maybe like Charlie D'Amelio or something.
like that was happening to her,
Chris Tyson.
I would never let it fly.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's honestly
Can I have
fucking
some?
disgusting. And I also think when you're that age, you think you know everything and you think you're way more mature than you actually
That
are.
is so true.
And
Yeah.
then from our age now, we can look at it in hindsight, 2020, and it's like, oh my God, you were a child.
Yes,
You
and
were young.
I think a lot of things like that happened to me as well because I really did have to grow up severely at a really young age. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like by the time I was 16, I truly was just like, even when it came
That
to
is really what's like scary about being like that age. Like you really do think that you're the shit, you have everything figured out. Like I think when especially when you're like a senior in high school, you hit senior year and you're on top of the world. You feel like you own the fucking world. And
Yeah.
then like a year later, 2 years later, you'll be in college, you'll be like, "Wow, I was fucking stupid. What was I doing back then?"
You can get taken advantage of like so easily
Yeah.
at any
No, totally.
at any age when you're a teenager, really, not just senior year, you know. Think about how many girls in like 8th grade or whatever would swoon over like the young teacher or the student teacher or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's just like it's so easy for it to happen. It's She promoted it as a moneymaker and took the bag. Well, she didn't make it though. It was like her she just advertised it. And
Yeah,
but was it a rug pull? Like was it actually
yeah, of course it was. It's gotta be
really?
Holy shit.
Well, also it was for breast cancer. So did they really steal
Join
money?
me in raising awareness for breast cancer. How? By just saying like that they care about breast cancer.
I mean,
that's
maybe they're
so generic. That's such a generic way.
That's crazy.
Help raise awareness for breast cancer. It's like those like I love boobies like wristbands. Like we're talking about breast cancer. We're talking about breast cancer.
Oops, I probably should
Why
keep
did you
that up.
close out? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're always
knowledge
rugs.
and wisdom and everything. I was a 21-year-old.
You were forced to grow up so early.
And because of that, a lot of shit ended up happening to me that probably shouldn't have happened, right?
Yeah.
And
You know what I'm thinking?
I think that I also have a
Sorry, we keep interrupting this with tangents, but this just occurred to me. Do you think one day like historians are gonna buy all the like famous rug pulled tokens just to like own it for the novelty, and they're gonna be worth a lot again? Like remember when like tits coin came out? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy like 25,000 tits.
Definitely not. I mean, they won't be
really
worth a
bad
lot. They
case
might
of-
people might buy it as like a collector's edition type thing, but
Collect one of every shit coin.
wait,
like,
that's so funny.
To be 100%
Buy
truthful,
1
when I look
cent
back
of
at-
each. That'd
Wait, that would be a business. Own a ton of shit coins. So you buy like 3,500 of each of these like really cheap shit coins, and then you sell a bundle with like 10 of each shit coin, and you sell it to someone for like a huge markup. That's a good business
that's
idea.
funny.
the Cody situation, it is, I definitely am like, why was he doing that? You know what I mean? And there were so many situations. There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up. And I can look at that and be like,
Holy shit.
That gives me the heebie-jeebies.
So wait, she's still talking about Cody Ko, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Gabby Hanna, who notorious, like, not villain, but crazy person, even she was, like, trying to protect Tana.
Oh my god. Cody Ko. What's a funny groomer name for him? Cody Groom.
No, I'd have to think about Groomy.
Groomy Co. Gropey Co.
That's a better one. I'll have to think about it.
Cody Grope.
Cody Grope is pretty good. Those are all really bad.
We need like Trump like nicknames for all of the people on the stream we hate, like Stella, stupid Stella,
Scummy Stella,
evil
scamming Stella.
Yeah, scamming stuff. No, they got to roll off the tongue better than that.
Yeah.
They got to be like really good ones. All right, anyways.
like, why the fuck were you doing that? But there isn't a part of me, at least at 25 now. I mean, I look back and I would never do anything like that. So I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I don't associate or hold it with trauma because I am such a comparative person where I'm like, so many worse things have happened to me. And that's
It
bad.
is so weird, by the way. Anyone who is like over the age of like 22, who is like trying to like, who is hooking up with like people under the age of 18 is super fucking weird. That is so weird.
I think it's so bizarre to me as like an adult to want to be with someone who can't even legally drink yet.
By the time like you're like 22, you're looking back at yourself when you were 18 and you're like, man, I do not want to be around people that age anymore. I'm like much more of an adult now. I got my shit sorted out. And that's at 22. This guy was 25, right? 25, the age that I am right now, to 17. I cannot imagine. I could not stand to hang out with a bunch of like high schoolers, 17-year-olds. So annoying. It's just you're in such different spots in life. You have nothing to relate to. And you have all of this like experience as an adult that gives you like a weird, I don't know, it's just a weird fucking dynamic.
Well,
I can't believe that he did that.
And even like when you go past a high school, they physically look really young. You know what I mean?
Totally.
You think about them when you were in middle school and it's like, whoa, they're so
Those are old like high schoolers.
Yeah, they're so adult. And it's like you look back and it's like, wow, those are children.
Yeah.
Those are little kids.
It's super fucking weird. You have to be like an intentional creep to hook up with like a high schooler. You know what I mean? Like you have to intentionally be like being a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, it's weird. This is especially weird to me too because Cody Ko was talking on their video together. He was talking about how young she is. oh, you're a teenager and I'm an old man, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, even dating a 21-year-old sounds embarrassing, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, that at least that's, you know, that makes more
no, I'm
sense.
totally like, I feel like the past like 5 years of my life have just dramatically, every year has shifted, and I've gotten like more and more, my goals have changed and gotten more lasered in, and like like you just change a lot fundamentally as a person by the time you're like 25, to the point where like even when I was 21, I feel like I was still an immature kid at 21.
But
compared
even
to
at
now.
21, you knew it's like, well, it would be
Yeah, even
weird
at
to be
21,
dating
I
an
wouldn't be wanting
18-year-old.
to date someone fucking
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Especially when it's like there's some like big life goal that they haven't hit yet, like graduating high school. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck do you even talk about with a high schooler? It's
Yeah.
really bizarre.
I was just about to say you can't do that to yourself though.
Like, but I genuinely feel that way. Like it feels like all of the other people I hooked up with when I was 18, whether they were 30 or whether they were not 30 and they were my age and they were whatever, like I was just in a place of life, especially the circles and world I was surrounded in Vegas and then coming to LA. Like those are, if you're in the wrong realms, those can be very sexual places.
Yeah.
And like, I was just hooking up with people and having so much fun. And like, that's the way my mind, because I grew up loving him. And I think you know what I mean? Like I was just like excited and a fan.
She
and,
was
like,
a fan too.
Oh no, that makes it even worse. All
Good
right.
night, Nora.
Good night, Nora. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Have a good one.
Go to the bar on a Friday night and look at all the people in their 30s is what you want to be.
Is that what you want to be?
True.
Yeah.
True.
Literally.
and I understand.
Dude, I hate, I feel like saying this is like sort of like a bragging or whatever. I don't mean this in like a braggadocious way. I don't think that I'm like better than other people or whatever. But I have gotten so tired of like drinking and doing drugs. Like I think that's so fucking boring at this point. Drinking and doing drugs, it's just like something that it feels to me like something that you do for a little bit when you're young, when you're like a kid, and then you get bored and there's like nothing to it. I'm
There's
so tired
definitely
of
like
it.
there's definitely special occasions where it's still fun, but
Yeah, but I mean like just partying in general, I guess.
Yeah.
Like just partying in general is just like I don't fucking care to do that anymore. I feel like I have other shit that I want to do. You know what I mean?
all right. Let's get through this.
All right, sorry.
And that's where now as a grown adult you can say you were taken advantage of, but like I don't feel any of those emotions towards it. So that's why it's like it's much easier to be like, go crucify someone when you feel those emotions.
Of course.
You know?
And I mean, whether or not you feel like that now, and I mean at the time too, even though you felt way more mature than you acted, like than your age, you were 17, like even though you felt grown and everything, like, and you didn't at that time, it's like you don't really know what you're doing and like you don't really think it's wrong. But again, it's like he was 25, he should have fucking known better.
Yeah,
like
and that's like I think where I settle on that, and it's like it is really interesting to me because I have my feelings towards it, right? And like I'm expressing those right now, and I said that on stage very much so as just I was being jokey about it and whatever, right? And it's almost like the public's reaction to this has made me feel 10 different types of ways that I didn't feel before. Like I have seen so many comments of people like on some like, but what was she wearing shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On some like, well, it's Tana Mojo. And like,
Ew,
isn't that crazy?
It's so
Like,
fucked up.
Because I really like, you know how I feel.
I think this is like a really like interesting and mature response because I think I can imagine how conflicting it would be if you don't have any negative feelings towards the person despite being taken advantage of, you know.
Right.
For sure that's like that would be weird, right? And
For sure,
she
yeah.
also makes a good point about how after she turned 18, she was fucking like 35-year-olds and stuff like that, and no one cares about that. They only care because she was slightly underage, and like that age difference is way better than like an 18-year-old and a 38-year-old or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think she is bringing up interesting stuff.
But now seeing all these people like not believe me and say, well, what if she's lying or she's this and she's that and she's dramatic? First of all, there's nothing, I would never lie about that. Like I'm not going to put an allegation on anyone, like ever like that, obviously. But then, and then I just like, I feel so bad for all of these young girls because then they see that and then it makes them not want to come forward. And then I am like, wow, fuck everyone.
Yeah.
Like seeing people not believe you is so crazy.
That's fucking awful.
Like
that's,
and I'm grateful that I'm the type of person that I don't let things like that discourage me, but it just makes me feel so sad for so many people that aren't like that, you know?
Definitely.
Like, and how much people love him. Like,
I know.
It makes me like feel so sorry for any real victims of people that are really fucking loved by people because it's
they
like,
still, at the end of the day, they get their platform. He's gonna be just fine. He's posted up in a fucking mansion.
well, and
his
just
life is
even
gonna
just
go on.
in my day-to-day life, like it's like I know for a fact if you swapped out Cody Co with someone that like people didn't like that much.
Oh my
I would
God.
be
This
receiving-
is the Joe Schmo theory. The Joe Schmo theory. The wait, what? The physiognomy.
The physiognomy.
so much more sympathy versus like the amount of people in this industry who like want to protect him and are like talking to me in a way where it's like they, you know what I mean? Like, or even just friends like, but I love him. Like, you know what I mean? And the thing is like, I still watch his videos. Like, I do think he's really funny. And like, it is this weird thing of like,
Cody Co is not funny,
it
by
would
the
be
way.
easier and harder, or it would be.
No, he's not that funny.
He's never really been that funny. No, Noel is funnier.
The content is always funnier than his commentary.
Yeah, but the Noel guy's actually talented.
Noel is funny.
Cody Co is not fucking funny.
It's kind of sad that like Noel got so much less fame from that. You know what I mean? Than
Yeah.
Cody. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much Tana's response. I thought it was a pretty good one. I want to see. Also, okay, are you tired? You seem tired.
No, I'm not tired.
You're not tired?
No, I just had coffee.
Are you down to go over something very extensive?
Yeah.
Oh my
Let's go.
gosh.
Fucking juice time.
Do you guys remember? This was a while ago, so you guys might not remember this. Clinton Kane. Does that name ring any bells? It has to do with Tana. Tana's involved in this. Clinton Kane is the Australian pop singer who sings sort of emotional ballad songs. Okay, I just want to see his account so that we can. And he looks like this.
Holy fuck. Jesus
I
Christ.
tried.
Can you just turn the volume of the computer down? So that it doesn't ear rape us.
But the other videos are going to be way too quiet, I think.
Just do this. It's okay if they're I'd rather them be too quiet than ear rape us every time there's a new video.
So this is Clinton Kane. Yeah, Snowman remembers.
Yeah, this
was a funny ass story. And I almost want to give you a longer like rundown of what happened, but I don't want to spoil it because we have a whole thing to get into. Look at him spaz out.
He looks a little bit like a special needs like kid. You know what I mean? Looks like he's got a little bit of a.
He looks like he's a quarter Down syndrome on his mom's side.
Yeah.
Just like a little bit.
He's like stimming. He's like stimming right here.
All right, let me, it's on mute now, right? Yeah, so now we can open these and it should, oops.
TikTok, make your day.
All right. So, Clinton Kane made this video. We're not going to play the audio for this because I don't want to get fucked over. He made this video when he said, when you've been over the relationship for 2 years, but she won't stop yapping. And Tana Mojo, like, reacted to it and just, like, now, who he's talking about in this is his, yeah, he's got, like, only, like.
He does have, like a half chromosome extra.
Yeah, like a quarter chromosome extra. It's, like, not completely, you know, he looks like he could pass his driver's test.
Yeah.
But, anyway, he's talking about one of Tana's best friends, Brooke Schofield. And I think I pronounced her name wrong a while ago. Her name is Schofield. Brooke Schofield dated this man and had really bad things to say about him.
And that's Tana's friend.
It's Tana's friend.
Right,
I said that. She had really bad things to say about him after they broke up. So, yeah. So, this basically this opened Pandora's box. He could not have anticipated how shitty this was going to make his week. Here's her talking about it.
He made that video. We didn't. Dude, Clinton. Clinton, bless his heart. Like, honestly, at this point, I get it. You guys are so tired of hearing me talk about it, but it's hilarious.
Unfortunately, I fear he had a marketing genius blip.
And you know what? It's about time he utilized this to his advantage, because I've been milking this shit until the cows come home. Like,
This is Brooke, by the way.
Yeah.
This is her.
His new song on TikTok. Like, using like buzzwords or like trying to.
No, he starts off the TikTok and says,
"It's time I finally addressed the rumors." Like, as in, killed my family, faked the Australian accent.
Oh,
yeah.
spoiler.
And then I literally I watched the whole fucking TikTok in full, and I sat there.
Spoiler. Anyway, she reacts to this. This is a song that he was playing. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to get fucked. So then, because people were asking her what happened and what's going on, she made this 14-part series talking about her relationship with Clinton Kane. It's fucking insane. She went from the beginning to the end.
Holy shit.
Where are you going? You going somewhere again?
Getting something. I need something.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'll wait for you. Well, I'll wait for you to get back because you need to hear this. I'm trying to be a little less psycho. Make a 13-part series. Oh, so you see this? The Clinton Kane shakes? We're gonna get back to that later. That's a very interesting, funny little part of this story. It's not very serious or anything. You were too pretty for him. Isn't that fucking true? Isn't that fucking right? This girl is beautiful. I think she's genuinely gorgeous. And Clinton Kane looks like he has an extra chromosome. What the fuck? Oh, cone. That's why. What are we doing here? What is this?
What are those?
How is this possible?
Juice getting juice? Dude, I'm just getting fidgety because I normally have a bunch of nicotine gum when I'm streaming, but I've quit nicotine gum now. So I need things to do with my hands.
How the fuck did she date this man? Anyway, here's the start of her series.
I am trying to be a little bit less psycho on TikTok because obviously I had my little meltdown the other day and that was probably like enough for this week. But when I opened my phone today to a million texts from all my friends of this TikTok that Clinton Kane posted saying, what did he say? He said like, when I've been over the relationship for 2 years and she just can't stop yapping about it, which first of all, hilarious. Like, no shit, I can't stop yapping. But the nerve. Now, obviously, we broke up 2 years ago, okay? And that was a very, very different time in my life. I was, first of all, unmedicated, okay? And that is a very, very important factor in this story because I get so many comments that are like, Brooke, what on earth were you going through? And I agree. I really don't know. That was a different girl. I was bamboozled. Now, I get a lot of comments about his appearance and the way he shakes, okay? And those are two things that I'm going to leave off limits for my story time because I feel like that's low-hanging fruit and it's obvious it doesn't even need to be addressed. Believe it or not, that was not even really the problem. The fact of the matter is I ended up in a relationship with this man because I was a fan, honestly. I knew of him because of his music. I loved his songs.
His music does suck.
Or whatever.
I wish we could
Tana
play
and I
it.
would literally blast it on a loop at our old house and like we were obsessed with it, okay? So randomly one day I get a DM from this artist. It's Clinton Kane. And I remember telling Tana like, oh my God, like how funny, he just messaged me. And he starts just like asking me questions, whatever, and he asks if I want to go to dinner. And I'm like, I'm looking at his profile and I don't know if I want to go to dinner. Okay?
Even she knew back then.
I'm replying anyway. And he asks, he's like, what about tomorrow?
Dude, he objectively is. I'm so sorry. He's just not, he's not ugly. He's just like objectively very mid.
To Vegas. I go, what the fuck? I didn't know he lived in Vegas. So I say no, and that's the end of that.
All right. Part 2 of the story.
Part 2. I thought she was going to say, well, he offered to fly me out and I was impressed by his insane amount of wealth and riches.
Women, man. Women, am I right? All women care about is money.
True. True, honestly. Oh, you know, girls will get flown out to Dubai and they get shit on. They're pooped on their chest.
Like 30% of all women get flown out, dude. Like probably
30%. Yeah, I can't believe they said 30%.
I don't think it was. It might have been like 25 or
No,
something.
no. Myron, Destiny kept pushing to ask them what percentage of girls were getting flown out all the time, and like they kept trying to misdirect, and then he finally just got them to say it. He kept saying, "No, what percentage? What percentage?" And they finally said 30%.
Really?
30% of all girls. That's what they.
I thought it was 25 for some reason.
I'm pretty sure they said 30.
Wow.
Because Destiny was like laughing his ass off after that. Like 30? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's actually like they're so delusional. And that's what they're telling these guys. You know what I mean? Like their young male audience is learning girls are getting flown out all the time.
What's funny is like it is pretty like crazy to point out that some girls get flown out, but to misrepresent it that like it happens like all the time is insane. Like I think it's crazy that these dudes from Dubai will pay like a woman like a fucking Mercedes Benz to like shit on their chest or something.
It wasn't they weren't just talking about Dubai, they were talking about like women getting flown out from like Florida and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to be very rich and for the girl you have to be very hot. That doesn't happen to the average person.
If you're a guy like paying to fly out a girl, you're simping. Like I'm sorry, you just are. Unless it's like somebody that you already know that you've been dating for a long time. You're like, oh my god, that girl's so hot, I want to fly her out. You're simping. You're paying for her shit. Just find a girl close to you.
Yeah, what? You can't find a local girl?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
Or get to know someone from far away first before you like pay for their flight just because like you're fucking horny.
I feel like at least like 15% of all the shit that they spew on Fresh and Fit is just purely because they live in Miami.
Yes, 100%. All right, let's get into the video.
Right. Okay, part 2, who the fuck did I marry? Like I said, he lived in Vegas, so I obviously was not going to go to dinner with him because he's a stranger, okay? But he persisted, all right? Of course, of the next few months, he would slide up on all my stories, message me constantly. Some would call him obsessed, honestly.
Gross.
But what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna fly to meet a stranger, okay? But one day, I get a DM where he says, hey, I have a show tomorrow in LA, like, would you wanna come? And again, I loved his music, so I was like, absolutely, I will definitely come, because it's like, that's so much less pressure. I don't want to go to dinner with this man. Like I said, I saw his profile, but I want to see the show.
That's so funny that she keeps like throwing in that she thinks he's ugly.
Pretty ugly. Dude, physiognomy check. Physiognomy has been checked.
So I ask Phoebe to come with me and we get ready to go, okay? Remember so specifically the outfit that I wore, because again, this guy has been messaging me so much online that I'm like, I know he like loves me. So I wore the ugliest outfit you could find. Like Phoebe knows, I said it to her. I was like, I just want like to look as unattractive like to him as possible because I just don't want that to be the vibes. All right. She and I go to dinner and we go to the show. It's amazing. Okay. He was amazing. I don't know what's happened since then, but he was slaying at the time. After the show, we go upstairs. I think he was at like El Rey Theater or something.
He was amazing at the time. That's really funny. We'll get back to that as well.
Oh my God.
And everybody's like mingling. A few of my friends were there. I remember seeing Hover were there. Markel was there. One of my best friends, Justin Horowitz, was there. Like I was like mingling with friends, and he like came over to me and started talking to me, whatever. And we like hit it off. And I'm gonna tell you guys something that you might not believe, but he looked really good. Honestly, he was way taller than I thought, and he had a really cool outfit on. And I was like, you know what? He's not as bad as I thought he was. Okay, so
he does look like he's like 5'4". He looks really short.
Yeah, he looks really short.
Home, nothing happens, and he texts me after the show and he's like, would you want to come back tomorrow? And I had an amazing time. I like loved the show, so I was like, you know what, I'll go back. Amari also loved his music, so I texted Amari and I was like, would you want to come with me to see Kane tomorrow? And whatever, I bring Amari the next day. Okay, same show, we do the same thing after, and then Amari and I go back.
I woke up so early.
What's up?
Well, what do you mean still? Cause no, we weren't just streaming.
We started pretty kind of late today. We started
at 8:45. Yeah, our time. So
on his bus, okay? And honestly, we had such a good time. Like, we're like cracking
But we
up on the
haven't
bus.
before
we're
this.
with-
We hadn't streamed in like 3 days, right?
Yeah, but that's not what
Yeah.
he's saying. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was saying that it was like it was one big stream.
No,
Like he went to bed and then he woke up and we were still
a
streaming.
bunch of friends. Amari's having the best time. I'm having the best time. He's funny. He's cool. He's like charismatic. I'm like, you know what? Like, maybe he's not that bad. Okay. We all get off the bus and go to the club. We all get super drunk, and me and him end up like making out. We're like very much together at the club, and that was the start of something very horrible.
Uh-oh. Can you just press it? Oh.
After the club, he and I went alone to a little diner in LA called Mel's Diner. It's 24 hours. You can go after the club, get fries, shakes, whatever. And he and I order literally every single thing on the menu, and we sit there for like 4 hours and just talk, okay? And this is the point where he tells me about what had happened to him in the year prior, all right? This would have been, I guess, 2020, like during COVID.
As
okay?
in you're still. Oh. No. I go to bed. So we go to bed sort of late for.
I go to bed
For
at
what
like
we-
11 to 12
Yeah.
normally, but she goes to bed a little later.
I'm a night owl for sure. Anyway, listen. This is an important detail, guys.
COVID, okay? He tells me his mom, his dad, and his brother all died in the same year, okay? Which is fucking horrible. Like, obviously just unimaginable. So
Crazy. 3 in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that happen to unless they all die in a car crash? Like that's actually ridiculously unlucky.
I'm like blown away. I knew that his mom had died because he had openly talked about like how one of his songs was about her and stuff, but I had no idea about the rest of his family. So I was like, holy shit, first of all. And I feel like I completely changed my opinion about him because I'm like, at this point, I'm thinking he's just like this weirdo sliding into my DMs, and now he's very like human to me because I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe you could overcome something like that. Like that's insane. This is very important to the story, okay? Because I need you guys to understand how I ended up in this scenario. All right?
Another one bites the dust, dude. Hell yeah.
Is that the Grim Reaper?
Then he starts telling me how he got into music. He's telling me how
Me after one grimace shake.
he was homeless and he would back.
Why did I buy my family all the grimace shake?
Normalist family in Ohio.
Normalist family in Ohio. You guys have no riz.
Around
You all
Europe,
died.
like literally sleep on benches and busk like in parks to make money, and he got discovered, whatever, and then obviously I guess I'm
So he's also claiming that he was homeless before he got discovered.
He's just a miracle baby. He's just a
This
miracle
is just like the most crazy, amazing story you've ever heard.
and he was really successful from that song. But I'm just looking at this guy like I have never met anybody like you, because first of all, I could never be touring a year after like that kind of extreme tragedy.
The next year he got discovered and he's on tour and stuff. So this is like a really short timeline. This
First
is
of all.
crazy.
Second of all, you would never catch me dead sleeping on a bench on purpose. So I was like, this guy's really like special.
What are you doing?
I'm checking this. Okay.
What?
So,
What?
nothing.
Oh.
Can you press
So we had this whole night at this diner. We talked forever, and I got to know a lot about him. Okay, he told me all about how he had grown up in Australia.
What,
in
control-
Perth, Australia.
Glenn Kane got phantom taxed twice. So you just hit M to mute and unmute.
Okay.
It's easy.
He talked about how he grew up like super wealthy in like an 8-bedroom house on the beach in Australia. His mom was a pastor. He said she was a pastor at Hillsong United, which is like one of the biggest churches, I guess, in Australia. I don't know. He studied medicine, which I loved because I was like technically pre-med when I was in college also. I didn't graduate, but it doesn't matter. So I was like, oh my God, we have that in common. Like, this is like a really well-rounded, like amazing guy. Okay? And like I said, he doesn't live in LA. So the next night he calls me and he's like, listen, I have a date planned for us.
She's dating a serial killer.
Meet
That,
him up
I
at
mean,
8, whatever. And
Oh
he
yeah,
does.
all my I don't know how, but like all my family died in like a freak accident. They all just woke up with gunshots in their face one day. I don't know who did it. It's really weird.
that's like so weird. Like everyone around me just keeps dying all the time. I just don't get it.
Okay, we go on this date. It's like a beautiful restaurant, whatever. We have the best time. We talk forever. We go to the beach, yada, yada. I go home. And the next day, he calls me and he says, I am so sorry and I'm so afraid to tell you, But I just got on set for my music video and I tested positive for COVID. Obviously, I had just like had this whole extravagant date with him the night before. I would 100% have COVID. We were like making out on the beach the whole night, which is like traumatizing but true. Okay, so I'm like, this man gave me COVID. And he's like, there's nothing I can do. I'm so sorry, but like, obviously we both have it. So I'm quarantining at the one hotel if you want to come and stay with me. So I was like,
oh my God.
I mean, like, fuck.
Kind of a crazy like little Riz tactic we got going on there.
I'm like, I have AIDS. If you want to live at my AIDS care house with me.
She never addresses this, but I don't know if this was true or not. If he actually, I'm guessing that he wasn't actually positive for COVID. Yeah. That's my opinion, but no, she doesn't say it.
Really?
No, she doesn't mention whether this was true or not.
We gotta do a deep dive.
I'm guessing that it was all just like a
manipulation.
Yeah, a ploy to get her to hang out with him. Hey, Adam, why don't you just... I know, but those are like really loud. Well, when you're crunching on them, it's really loud.
No, it's not. Listen. Can you guys hear that?
Well, you're standing up. Okay, those aren't that bad. All right, here we go.
Fuck, like I have COVID now. I have 2 roommates. Like, guess I gotta go. I don't know. Again, unmedicated. I show up to the hotel, okay? And I move in with the man.
What is she medicated on?
Now? I'm assuming like
Adderall?
No, not Adderall. I'm assuming it's like depression meds. That's my guess. But also it's partially like a joke, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what? Right, okay? So I'm at the one hotel, one of the most beautiful hotels in all of Los Angeles, okay? It's like several $1,000s a night for like a nice room. So I'm living the life. We're ordering room service every night. We're just having so much fun. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I date this guy. Keep in mind, we are not separating, so I have no opportunity to view his online presence, all right? Because that is another really important factor to the story, because had I seen the shaking that was occurring, I might have thought differently. Okay? But
she meant vax? No. She's talking about, Brandon, you weren't here, but she's actually talking about psychological medications. She talked about it in the first part. She's like, yeah, the reason that you guys are wondering why I would do this, and it was because I was unmedicated. It's not vax. It's not the vaccine. She's talking about like either that or I don't think she's psychotic. I don't think she'd be on antipsychotics, but maybe it's that. Maybe that's why she was like she's just saying that she was unstable, and that's why she dated him.
He's in person, he's really normal, he's charismatic, he's Australian, he's a beautiful musician, he's singing to me and playing guitar every night. I'm like, you know what? I'm falling for him, okay?
Literally.
I know, but you asked.
The fact that he picked her up is actually like one of the biggest miracles ever. Like this guy's his Riz is actually insane.
Time passes, we eventually move to like an Airbnb in Marina Del Rey because he wanted to be by the beach, and so we go over there. And this man is not allowing me to go home, okay? This was the first major red flag. Like if I had a morning where I was like, okay, like I want to go home and like get new clothes and shower and like just be a human and be alone for a second, he would immediately like shut down, like, why don't you want to be with me? Why would you want to go home? Can I come with you? Like, just very strange.
Can I come with you? Oh my god. Oh, that would give me the heebie-jeebies hearing someone say that. That is crazy.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Wait,
what's
you
wrong
don't like me? Oh, I know. Everyone always leaves me.
I have abandonment issues because my parents left me when I was a kid.
My parents are dead, so like I'm just like really like I'm just really worried that I'm never gonna see you again.
And I did not like that. A normal person would have seen this as like a big,
Can you give me some water?
Like no in a relationship, okay? But I am not a normal person, so I was like, he wants to be with me all the time. He is obsessed with me, of course. You know what I mean? So,
of course he's obsessed with me. Who wouldn't be?
Unfortunately, I believed it was a good thing at the time. All right?
Thank you.
And I had a bunch of people in my ear. I had like mutual friends. Like Zach Sang was a really important one too. Okay? We were all hanging out together all the time. And when Clinton like maybe wasn't around, I would have these people in my ear like, Brooke, if you do not date this man, you are so stupid. Like, first of all, he's gonna be huge. He's so talented. He's so special. He has like the most amazing story. Like, you have to date him, okay? And one thing about me is I'm easily influenced. So I start dating the man.
Ah, okay.
Which part are we on, by the way?
Part 5, who the fuck did I?
Part 5.
Oh my god, so we're only like, I don't know if I can get through all
It gets
these.
better and better, trust me.
Alright.
It gets way better than this.
The guy's like this gross like singer that has actual Down
Part 9,
syndrome.
I'm having so much fun.
And
Part 6, who the fuck did I marry? Okay.
Well, you'll see his.
Oh, here,
personality.
I'll pull up a picture of him.
It's right there.
Shut up. Sorry, that was way harsher than I meant.
Not very jar juice of you.
That's her and that's him. This is what we're working with.
Do you have sunscreen on?
No.
Why does this taste like sunscreen?
Oh, I have lip gloss on.
Oh, okay.
That's Clinton Kane. You can look him up. He makes really bad music, in my opinion. She likes his music. She was literally a fan of him. I don't really fully understand that. Not gonna lie.
Okay, we are now in a committed relationship. All right, and one thing about Clinton is he loved. Fuck did I marry? Okay, we are now in a committed relationship.
Fuck you. Why doesn't it start at the very start?
Part 6, who the fuck did I marry? Okay, we are now in a committed relationship. All right, and one thing about Clinton is he loved to go on a trip. All right, he wanted to get me as far away from everybody else as possible. So this time it was Joshua Tree. He's like, let's go to Joshua Tree. Let's just spend the week.
Okay, this is my controversial opinion. People get really mad at me when I say this. Joshua Tree fucking sucks. It's like one of the worst national parks ever, in my opinion.
I just don't like the desert in general. Like,
I don't like the desert either, but
sucks.
that desert, I think Joshua trees are really ugly.
Really? I think they're really cool looking.
Really? I just think they make everything look really ugly. I'd rather there be like big sand dunes or something. I hate like the rocky, like dirty desert.
On the weekend, it'll be so relaxing, amazing, whatever, we can work. Great. On the way there, we get pulled over. In his car, he drove a Model X at the time. And when the cop asked for license and registration, he gave his license, his Australian license, and he gave the registration to the car, which was not his car. So I thought that was strange. And then the cop is like reciting his information back to him, and he says, you were born in 1999. And I am under the impression that my boyfriend is a year younger than me, okay? And this would make him like 4 years younger than me. I'm like, that's really strange, but we keep going, and I ask him about it, and he's like, oh, like, that's a fake ID. I got it mixed up.
He gave a fake ID to the cop.
That is the dumbest.
That's insane.
That's the dumbest lie I've ever heard.
Well,
because
also they look it up. They look you up in the system, so they would have the right. They
But-
would give you the right date.
who has a fake ID to be younger?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, that's like actually the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Who has a fake ID to be younger?
got lucky. And I'm in my head like, that doesn't happen, but whatever. Also, who has a fake ID to appear younger? Anyway, we go to Joshua Tree and we have this whole little trip, whatever. We're barbecuing and hot tubbing and having this whole little couples vacation, okay? And everything is going perfect until the nighttime, all right? And this is when we had our first major blowout fight, all right? This is a very important turning point because our entire relationship was blowout fights, okay? But what's important about them is
The
that
entire
they were
relationship.
literally out of thin air, okay? So this one was because we're eating our dinner that we made, okay? And I am looking at my phone, okay? Keep in mind, I'm not at a family dinner. We are on a couples retreat where we have spent every single second together for the past 48 hours. Why would I not be allowed to look at my phone? This is when he proceeded to tell me it's a major trigger of his for someone to not pay 100% attention to him at dinner time, because that's what his mom used to do to him.
Oh my God.
Right? And his mom was very neglectful. He had a horrible relationship with her, and it was really traumatic. Obviously, everything is unresolved since she has died, and so anything that reminds him of his mother is a no, okay? And he went insane. I tell you, I have never seen a man like just pout and throw like a literal tantrum this way. I was like, how do I undo? I cannot be in a relationship with this man.
She got the ick, dude.
When the funny thing is, this story just keeps going. Like, it didn't stop there. The fact that it's so like cringe to me when it's one thing to get in arguments, okay, that's totally reasonable, but to like as a man to throw tantrums and to like go and just start screaming at the top of your lungs and stuff, it's like, come on, dude, you're a grown man. I guess he was only 21.
Part 7, you guys. He said she can't stop yapping. I'm like, I will show you yapping, okay? So we just had our first major blowout fight, all right? And this is when I first found out like how he behaves in an argument, which was like a child. Like literally you could not talk any sense into him. It was so irrational, and it was just like you could not get through to him. There was no like compromise. It was like you just had to apologize, even though he was so unbelievably wrong every single time. Oh my God, it was infuriating. And the overwhelming common theme of all of our arguments was that I was worsening his trauma, and he can't believe that I'm so insensitive.
Oh my God, that's
Ooh.
so
Did you guys hear that?
insufferable. That was crazy. I thought that was a cabinet shutting for some reason.
I think it was a firework.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know why our neighborhood decides that like we need to do fireworks like weeks in advance of every holiday.
Do them like all year round.
I know, but especially around 4th of July or any other major holiday where it makes sense.
You can keep playing these. I'm gonna check on the dog.
She's fine.
Sensitive to everything that he has been through. I remind him so much of his mother, who was so horrible to him, and I should be way more sensitive to everything that he is going through. And of course, I'm like, I get that. You know what I mean? Like, the man lost 3 family members in 1 year. I'm like, he is going through a lot, so I have to give him like a little bit of grace.
She's way better than me. Giving him grace because he lost family members, I mean, I don't know. I would be pissed off if I was in her shoes. She's way better than me about that.
But it became a situation where I felt like I was like mothering this man, and like if I did any
the idea of that just makes me cringe so much for her. Just leave her outside. It's okay. Let's see if she starts. This is what happens.
Nika, come here. Come here. Wanna eat? Don't worry, I'll get her to come in.
Anything wrong, or if I like literally split my attention for even 1 second, he went ballistic because he was like a little infant baby child. I want to be sensitive to his situation, but it was like way too much for me to handle because I'm already, you guys know, I'm emotionally unstable, okay? And I have no business fixing whatever was like seriously very wrong with him. I would go out with my friends. Like I remember one night I was at dinner with Tana, and he's,
you know, she's not barking anymore.
up, like literally saying,
she's not barking anymore. Okay.
Sending me novels about how he drank an entire 5th of vodka. He's gonna drive. I need to get to him right now, or he's gonna do.
Nothing. This is such a classic. This is such a classic one. Nothing worse than a man who's like emotionally threatening you with like drastic actions. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself if you leave me. I'm gonna get in the car and drunk drive. I just drank so much vodka. It's like, you're an adult man. Please, I'm begging you, please stop. So cringe. And the men who are like threatening stuff like that, they're almost never the ones who are actually doing like crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy things. Like, it was just so manipulative, and I just, like, I was not equipped. Part 8, I think. I am honestly not sure. I'm just trying not to spare you any details.
Are we only on this
one?
one?
So I'm in my relationship with my little baby man
No,
child.
we're on this one.
And he still lives in Vegas, okay? So we are technically in a long distance relationship, but we never separate. So either I'm in Vegas staying with him, or he is living with me. Or we'd get like an Airbnb in Marina Del Rey, whatever, it doesn't matter. We are never separating. And at this time, his album was about to come out, okay? So, like, he was doing the whole rollout. He was, like, really getting in the zone. And I was just constantly there for, like, all the work that he was doing. And this album was special because it was his first piece of work that he was putting out since everything had happened and since everyone had died, okay? And the whole album was about that, of course. And as a part
That's
of his
crazy to me because I didn't realize that this timeline was like this. I thought because he had that one song about his mom. He has a song about his mom dying, right?
Yeah.
But apparently his first album since they've all died was after that. Which doesn't even make sense because if his whole family died and he was living on the street when he got discovered, how had he not put out an album yet?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Wait, what? How does that work? I'm confused.
Press tour, he went on the Zach Sang show, okay? If you are not familiar, Zach Sang is an interviewer. He does, like, huge celebrity interviews, and he gets really deep and talks about, like, life and music and everything. Zach is also one of his best friends, so Zach, like, knows his story very well, and he does the interview accordingly.
You guys probably recognize Zach Sang also. He's really big on, like, short form content. Kind of, oh, that's a really bad picture of him. This guy. Okay, yeah, that's him. He's all over, like, TikTok shorts and stuff like that. Or TikTok shorts, YouTube shorts, TikTok, Reels, that kind of thing.
Okay, he's asking, like, all the questions about his mom, about the funerals, about his brother, about his dad, everything. And he is answering, obviously. And he's talking about how he had to attend the funerals during COVID and he had to do it via Zoom because of, like, everything that was going on. And he is really just going in this interview in his Australian accent. And the interview comes out. I was staying with him at an Airbnb at the time, and I posted a TikTok with him in it, okay? And in my comments, I started getting girls going, uh-oh, like, not him. And I immediately was like, wait, what? And I have a girl tell me, like, oh, by the way, he cheated on his ex-girlfriend with literally 15 girls. And before this, he had told me that his...
I didn't know this. I didn't know that he cheated on his ex.
Ex, who I Guess I'm in Love is about, by the way, one of the most beautiful songs ever. People use it as their wedding song. It's like, I mean, it's his biggest song. He told me that the girl that was about had cheated on him. Okay, so this was news to me.
No, she cheated on me. I didn't cheat on her. She's the narcissist. I'm not the narcissist. I hate that.
I asked him about it. I'm like, did you cheat on her? Like, it was the most nonchalant thing in the world. He was like, well, yeah. I'm like, excuse me?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so we just found out that he cheated on his ex-girlfriend, who I Guess I'm in Love is about, okay? Beautiful love song. You can't imagine that he could possibly do something bad to her, right? Wrong. He was cheating on her the whole time, all right? And what I realized when I really looked into it is I was one of the girls because, like I said...
Wait.
He was one of the girls. So the first time they hung out and made out at the club, he was with his girlfriend.
Whoa. What the hell?
Oh
He
my.
has been messaging me constantly for the last year, like literally sliding up on every single story I post trying to fly me out. When he tried to fly me out to dinner that time, they were actively in a relationship.
No, my bad, but still.
So I'm sick because first of all, I feel like I somehow had like a part in it, and I felt disgusting about that, and just the fact that like I could never have imagined that he was like capable of doing something like that because of how like romantic he was and like what a love bomber he was. I was like, I what on earth do you mean? But he's a master manipulator. So he's, you know, he's telling me like I was so removed from that relationship long before we broke up and I should have just called it off and I would never do something like that again. And they were long distance. Like she lived in New York and he lived in Vegas. So it was like they really didn't spend a lot of time together. And like somehow the way that he described it to me made it seem like less bad. It was horrible. But I didn't let it go, and that was at the top of my mind, okay? And again, we're staying together. So the next morning, I'm in bed with him when he is on a call with his manager, all right? And he is begging his manager, telling him, whatever it takes, I need you to have that interview deleted. And he's talking about the Zach Sang interview that I referenced earlier, okay? And I am like, what's going on? I hadn't seen the interview yet, but Zach's one of our best friends. Like, I was like, what could possibly be in this interview that is so bad that he wants it off the internet? But, you know, like Clinton's telling his manager, like, I don't care, like, just get it down. So in bed next to him, I get on my little phone and I go to the interview and I start to read the comments. And in the comments, I see someone write, this is really strange. I don't know where this Australian accent came from. He is not Australian. He is from Brunei.
Oh my
I grew
God.
up with him. I went to school with him. And I saw his
The
mom
plot
last
twist.
week.
Oh my God.
I saw his mom last week, dude. All right. Boom, boom, boom.
Why is the
boom.
doggy crying, growling?
All right, part 13, Lucky.
What are you crying about?
Part 10, we
Because she wants to go outside.
have reason to believe that he is A, not from Australia, faking an Australian accent, and B, he faked the death of his family.
Why the fuck would you fake an Australian accent? That's so
That is
stupid.
really weird.
Who cares if you're from Australia or not? Did he fake it when he got discovered by his agency or
I
what?
don't know. That's so weird.
Okay? And like I said, I was still mad about the ex thing, so I staged this whole fight and I get the fuck out of there, which was not easy to do, okay? I don't get to leave, remember? I go home and I get on my computer so fucking fast and I look up his mother, okay, which I've never done before. She has a very specific name, all right? And I looked her
Oh,
up
yeah,
on
and
Facebook.
that's the
She
other
has
thing is
2
the mom
accounts, okay?
is still alive.
And
She
on-
just saw the
Yes.
mom last week, and he just told her the
Yes.
sob story about the mom dying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy. And one of his most famous songs about his dead mother.
On neither of them has she posted since the date that she was supposed to have died. So,
Is
in my
she
head, I'm
in
like,
on it? Is she fucking in on it?
I don't fucking know. Who would ever like go along with someone's lie like that? Like I would never.
I would be so pissed if like my
I would
son
never
wanted me
do
to do that.
Yeah, I would never fucking do that. So I'm getting kind of tired. But
Do you want to
we can-
finish this
we can
tomorrow?
Finish it. No, we can finish right now.
Okay. Are you sure? You were like closing your eyes.
Yeah, I'm tired. But it's not that much longer, right? How many more parts do we have?
I don't know. Dang it, we shouldn't have started this. I knew you were tired.
We can finish it. We can finish it.
No.
I'll power through it. I'll power through it.
No. Let's just finish her story and then we'll get to the other stuff next time. Okay?
No, are you sure?
Yeah. I want you to be like alert.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You seem really tired already. I hate this. Like, why
okay,
does it take
it's
so
possible
long?
she's dead. But it's also possible that she is not, which, like, you guys. But here's the thing, okay? He had told me so many stories about his childhood and his life growing up and told me all about his mom and what she looked like. She was Norwegian and blonde, okay? He would tell me about what his house looked like and how they had nannies and maids. And he was so wealthy, and his mom would leave for months at a time because she also had, like, she had all these, like, crazy businesses in addition to her being a pastor. Like, I don't even know how in my right mind I like did not see right through this, but he would tell me all these elaborate stories. And now I'm looking at her Facebook profile and his life was nothing of the sort. Okay, I can see the house that he grew up in Brunei, by the way, not at all in Australia. Keep in mind, I live with this man and he has a fucking Australian accent. His
You stayed up to see if I'd let you down. And I came through and he can rest peacefully.
Yeah,
So true.
So true.
You've released him from his...
Mom is obviously Asian, as is he, which, like, why would you lie about that? It's such a strange thing to lie about.
It is, that, to me, it is so psychotic to lie about being Norwegian and blonde. Like, what sort of complex is that?
Yeah, what?
Is that, or, like, his mom being Norwegian? I don't know if I said that, but, like, that is freaky to me. I don't know.
And just everything was fake. So while I can't immediately tell that she is alive, I can tell that he is a extreme pathological liar. Part 11, you guys. I now know that my boyfriend, who I've been with for several months, who I spend every single waking second with, has literally completely fabricated every single detail about himself. I know nothing about him. And as like lighthearted and like funny as I can make the story now, like I cannot explain to you like what I felt in that moment. It was genuinely the worst feeling I've ever felt in my entire life, because it was like I've never been obviously lied to in that way, but like I spend so much time with this person. He's my best friend. I'm in love with him. I am dating him. Like he's the closest person in the world to me, and he made himself up. And just like my nature, it's impossible for me to get rid of somebody. So
also, okay, saying that your mom is blonde and Norwegian, and then saying that your mom is like super wealthy and like that you grew up with maids, that just feels like so like symbolic and deep for some reason. Like he has like some horrible like self-hatred
for being poor.
Well, not even for being like average and Asian.
Yeah.
Like why would you lie?
I was like a Nordic, like my mom is like super like Norwegian, trust me.
Dude, yeah, she's like super tall and blonde and pretty. She's like a supermodel. And like I had maids and stuff, and they would like carry me around, and like
my butler used to always bring me steak in the morning for breakfast. I would have steak and eggs.
And I had like a nanny, and she would like brush my teeth for me in the morning.
I knew, like, obviously what I know, I have to break up with him, and I didn't want to. So I was like, what the fuck do I do? I know that sounds so
blonde
dumb.
And Norwegian, and he's Asian. To be fair, he does look like half Asian or something. He looks like he could be mixed with something else. Yeah. Maybe.
No, but it was like, I knew that if I had the conversation, I had to break up with him. So I was like, I wasn't even sure that I wanted to have I almost wanted to just like pretend I didn't know. Again, I was unmedicated. But I did text him and I said, listen to me. I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to tell me if there's anything that you've lied to me about at all. And he racked his brain for all of 5 minutes before he told me
thinking
I lied about my age.
Oh my god.
I lied about my eye color. They're actually light blue, not dark blue. Sorry.
My eyes are actually purple. I wear brown contacts.
Oh my god.
22 years old. All that, and the only thing he wanted to admit to was that he lied about his age.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay, part 12, get to the point. I confront him, obviously. I show up there the next day, and I'm like, listen to me. This is what I know. You need to explain yourself right fucking now. And when I tell you this man is so good at his job, you guys, because here's the thing. I'm here accusing a man of faking his mother's death, okay, with no hard evidence.
Which is insane. Like, he knows that when you lie about something like this, it only a fucking monster would, like, be like, oh, she didn't die, unless they had enough evidence. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a weird situation to be in. The Philippines were colonized by Spain, so they do look like that usually. Isn't Brunei different? Or is Brunei in the Philippines? I couldn't remember if it was a country or... Now I have to know.
About, like, the conditions in which he grew up, but I'm not sure that she's alive. So I can't, like, with full confidence like, come at him in that way. So I'm kind of hoping that he just, like, confesses.
Wait, is it? No, is it part of the Philippines? No. It's its own deal. It's a tiny little island nation near the Philippines.
And he doesn't. He made me feel so fucking horrible for ever possibly accusing him of lying about something like that, because who would ever lie about something like that? And I felt so disgusting and so guilty, and I literally could not, I thought I was going crazy. And here's the thing. I grew up very poor, and obviously I had like drug addict parents and stuff, and like he knows that, and I've told him a lot about that. So it was like weird to me that he would lie about, like, pretend to have grown up super rich. But I also know that like some people are like ashamed of the way that they grew up and stuff. So it's like, how am I really, I don't know why I'm making excuses for him right now. Like, why the fuck are you lying about how you grew up? Literally, why?
That's so
For
fucked
who?
up that he knows she had like drug addict parents, and he's still like, oh, that's so sad. Anyway, like I like my butler would like fold my suits for me, and then I would go running around my $5 million mansion.
But I admit my fault. I stayed with him. Okay? I stayed with him, and I know I was wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. Looking back on it now, I'm like, are you literally kidding? But I stayed with the man. But I still had my doubts, okay? Now all of a sudden I'm watching him differently. Every single thing that he says I just assume is a lie. And we're fighting constantly about everything. I remember one night he literally started hysterically sobbing because I said, as a joke, that Kid Rock was hot.
Oh my god.
Not Tana. Brooke, you need to raise your fucking standards. Fucking Kid Rock. Are you serious?
She said it as a joke.
I know, but
what is this? Look at this article. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Who would win, guys? Who would win?
Brooke is like a genuinely like really good looking woman, and it's like Kid Rock and Clinton Kane. Come on. Damn, wish my parents had cool backstory. They're just spurgs. So true. That's why Clinton Kane, Brandon, you can just come up with your own origin story. That's what Clinton Kane did. He just edited his past a little bit to be cooler. That's what you can do. You could say your parents are like fucking firefighters or something.
My parents are landlords and
Honestly,
they get tips.
I might start doing that to like not to my friends, but to like Uber drivers or something. I might just start lying.
Just to make up stories.
Yeah.
Be a compulsive lie.
Just for fun, just to see what they say. He reminds her of her dad. That's fucked up. Oh, mute. Why is it on mute?
All right, part 13. Lucky for him, I want to go to bed soon. But
just like you.
I will spare you
Yeah,
guys
just like
the
me.
details of
She's
how
just like
I
you for
found
real.
out that I was getting cheated on.
My dad was mauled by a bear.
But
See, this is the kind of editing that I like to see, Brandon. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I hope. If that's real, it's I feel really bad.
y'all have seen him. Like, was I wrong to think I didn't really have to worry about that? It's truly amazing.
Oh wait,
what he
we
was
missed
able
that.
to
We missed that.
accomplish. But
I hate
I was getting cheated on. Okay, but soon. But I will spare you guys the details of how I found out that I was getting cheated on. Okay,
She got
But
cheated on
boy,
by fucking Clinton Kane. That's
He was like obsessed
embarrassing.
with her too.
That's like how Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like that's just embarrassing for you, honestly.
was I? Y'all have seen him. Like, was I wrong to think I didn't really have to worry about that? It's truly amazing what he was able to accomplish. But he was, in fact, cheating on me with so many people. Like, literally, and like I said, we spent every single second together. So if I, like, matched up the timelines, it would be like we were, like, laying in bed watching Bridgerton, and he'd be, like, sending a dick pic to somebody else.
Literally unhinged. That's
Jeez,
crazy. I
holy
just
shit.
imagine sitting next to your girlfriend and you're like furiously like texting like 20 other women
my
at the same
God.
time. Like,
So that was something. And that is ultimately why we did break up. But what's interesting about that is we broke up because I accused him of cheating and he couldn't believe I would ever have the nerve. He was fully cheating on me. Like, but can you believe that? Like, he broke up with me. Like, how embarrassing is that? I shouldn't even tell you that. But you guys know that story. I was a wreck. Did not handle that well. I was not doing well. It was a really, really rough time. All right? But it was only then that I had the confidence to bring the mom thing back up again. So we're on the phone and I'm hysterically sobbing and I'm asking him, how could you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Do you need to be institutionalized, etc.? And I ask him, also, why did you fake the death of your family? And of course, he denies it. And I then tell him, I've been talking to your mother.
bum bum.
I had not been talking to his mother, but that got him. He finally admitted.
Can you believe that? That is
Wow.
so genius to say that you were
She
talking to
fucking
his mom.
outsmarted him, dude.
Yeah, dude. That is so smart.
That he did, in fact, fake the death of his mom and his brother. His dad is dead. Not that that's a good thing, but there's 1 out of 3 that are dead. The rest are still kicking. So I guess it's like a positive. If you think about all his songs about how he like just wishes he could talk to his mom one more time, it's like, call her.
God damn.
Let's see. Is there one more part? Let me see.
Part 10, we have reason
Nope,
to
wrong
believe
one.
that he...
Okay, no, we're good. Okay, let's go to bed.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming by, guys. Fun stream.
Yeah, we'll finish this tomorrow. We're leaving on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But how crazy is that story?
That's wild.
Right? There's even more details that we have to get into this. This set off like a small chain reaction of events. I don't know what it's gonna end up with. I'm very interested to see if there will be any pushback for Clinton. We'll have to see.
Yeah. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.